Martin Crowe perhaps is elected to bat because of this new rule where you calculate the highest scoring overs, and the side batting first has the advantage over there. So with Shah's forecast for the afternoon, that's the reason why he's elected to bat after winning the toss.
Wasim Akram left arm over the wicket to John Wright. John Wright has only scored 57-1 on the duck in the competition. His partner Great Batch has been the man that's really started it for New Zealand, got them on the right road as far as being positive in the early overs, so it's going to be a great battle. The great Wasim Akram, who's very swiftly comes in for the first ball of the semi-final. And he beats him beautifully by.
Yes, that's his ability. He can move the ball around at a very good pace. You're never quite sure where he's going to bowl it.
Wasim Akram to John Wright, the open stance, the bat on the toe. Flicks it just forward a square, and then at short leg Jarvid, looking to his left. So 2 to right.
Quite meticulous with the field placings. That ball hit in the air, travelled a good 20 metres in the air.
Wright struggling, throws wide. Ball backed up. Would have been very close if it hit. John Wright, who's not quick between the wickets, is in a bit of trouble.
It's a good piece of work by Mushtaq, coming from a deep gully position. He's one of the better Pakistan infielders. And he had John Wright cold if he'd hit.
It's over the top. That's the first boundary. That's a 6. Top edge, cutting away Wasim Akram. Mark Greatbatch, who's had a wonderful tournament, brings up another 6. That's his 13th 6 in the World Cup.
Only about 45-50 metres in that area. As I mentioned, Mark Greatbatch plays for Auckland in the domestic competition. Knows the ground pretty well. He knows where to hit them. Go for the short side of the ground.
It's just the one scoring shot, a 6 over third man. Right, 6 off 24. He's charged him. He's hitting straight down the ground. It's high. Won't go all the way. Imran's coming across from mid-off. He's charged Wasim Akram and he's putting away for 3. So Greatbatch doing the job. He's making the Pakistan bowlers think.
Getting that one a bit high on the blade, getting up towards the splice of the bat. A lot of elevation, but there wasn't a great deal of timing in the shot.
That's a fine shot. Wright finds the gap. That's 4.
Beautifully timed there by John Wright. Whereas he was jabbing at the ball outside off stump in the first couple of overs, a little bit more relaxed there and really timed that one sweetly. Waited for it and just put it into the gap.
Oh, he's hit that miles. It's a short boundary. Oh, this will go into second tier. Huge 6. Down she comes off the concrete. What a shot. Down the wicket he goes. Take that, Aqib Javed.
Well, Mark Greatbatch has certainly got that one away. In fact, at Christchurch just a few days ago, he really got into Aqib Javed. Took 16 off his second over. And so now he's trying to dominate the ascendancy again and really put Aqib out of the attack, because the problem is that if Aqib comes out of the attack quickly, Mushtaq Ahmed, the leg spinner who bowled so brilliantly at Lancaster Park, could come on, and he really changed the game and allowed Pakistan to win that match.
Slow ball, well bowled, and a big appeal there from Aqib Javed. Good bowling. I think that might have been a leg bye. No, the umpire saying that he got a little edge on that. This is Aqib Javed. Oh, a ball, he's bowled him. Slower ball, you little beauty. That was a magnificent delivery. He very, very nearly got himself an LBW last over with a slow ball, having been hit for 6. That was a slow one, totally beat Great Batch, and back go the stumps. It was hardly quick enough to knock the bails off.
Well, quite clearly, it's a very big blow for New Zealand. A very good wicket for Pakistan. Might have got an edge or perhaps a little bit of a pad onto that, but really did him through lack of pace. Magnificent bowling by Akram.
Yes, and a good start too for New Zealand, thanks to Mark Greatbatch, 17. Just 22 balls, and I don't want to knock that because it's better getting off to a quick start than having a sluggish one. 1 for 35.
Yes, that ball did pitch a lot outside the leg stump, but looks like he just got that edge. May have just hit it on or just beaten him with the off cutter. And so it's a very big wicket for Pakistan to get. Big disappointment that for Great Batch in New Zealand. That brings Andrew Jones to the wicket, and he's had quite a good World Cup, been reasonably consistent. But of course, Andrew Jones, he takes quite a while to settle down. He's not a fluent stroke maker by any means.
He's hit that in the air. This will be out, caught in the deep. He's got him. Wright has got frustrated. He's decided to go for it, and Rami's sitting down there at the deep long on boundary, waiting for the opportunity to latch onto a catch. Hardly had to move. Wright is now out. The pressure has got to him. This is how it happened.
Well, this is the problem when you get bogged down and you see it there and you think, right, I've got to get on with it. Up in the air it goes, and Ramiz takes a very simple catch. Very good bowling by Mushtaq. Good field placing. John Wright will be very, very disappointed with that, and that will certainly not help New Zealand's cause today.
So Wright out for 13. Too many balls. 44 altogether. New Zealand have lost their second wicket, and the score now 39. So Imran Khan moving the field around now. The new batsman in, Martin Crowe, was welcomed by this big crowd here. Huge applause, and he's down at the non-strikers end because they crossed.
That's a beautiful shot. It's a good reply. Takes New Zealand now on to 2 for 43 in 30.
Just the 100. But a very good average 52 there. It's very consistent. 2 bounces into the boards there for 4. Again, beautifully timed. Martin Crowe has been in very good form all through the competition.
And that's a valuable stroke. May not have been a great one, but it's taken New Zealand on to 2 for 63 at the end of that over. Well bowled. It's outside off stump. Wouldn't have been much in it, but Jones has got himself across outside off stump. It's one of the few balls that's actually got up a bit.
Just a little bit of bounce there as well, that's right. And it's a fine shot, beautifully placed.
Was good placement, and the ball there coming onto the bat nicely. I think that the New Zealanders would be pretty happy with this change. A little bit of pace. They can use it a little bit better than they can the leg spin, because it comes onto the bat a bit. It's a slow field. It's a slow wicket. This fastish outfield. Imran using his leg spinner Mushtaq here, try and break this partnership, and I think he'll want to keep Jones down there. He'll probably slip in the wrong one. See if he picks it in a minute.
Oh, it spins and it beats the wicketkeeper as well. What a turn there. That was the leg break going for buys. Might go all the way. 4 buys. Valuable runs for New Zealand.
Yes, that is interesting there. Was there a deflection off the bat? I'll tell you what, it didn't half turn. No wonder Jones is having a few problems with him. He slips in the one that turns the other way now, and it'll be all over.
Beautifully bowled. It wasn't all that well taken. It's in close. Got to be close. Yes, beautiful bowling. Forced Jones back. Gave the umpire Buckner a good look at that. And that's a valuable wicket for Pakistan. Jones LBW to Mushtaq Ahmed.
What a wicket. Great bowling by Ahmed. Not fussed by the one that went away for 4. He's come in and produced a little jaffer. Have a look at this, pitching around about leg stump, straightening down the line, whack on the back leg. That would have hit middle and off, no doubt about that. Good umpiring too, Steve Buckner from the West Indies. He's had a tremendous World Cup as well, and boy, that has brought the Puckies alive. And New Zealand are now 3-4, what would it be? 87. Rutherford's the new batsman now. He's played in all 8 matches, has a strike rate of 66.67 runs per 100 balls. He's averaged 40. His top score is 65. Well, I think in the air that one, but into the gap. It's nice placement. Got to take a few chances. Get the scoreboard ticking. 3 runs there. It's getting back to the point on captains. I think that it's probably fair to say that the sides with the best captains are in the semi-finals. Certainly Crowe has been very impressive. Imran makes a huge difference to this Pakistan side, and Kepler has done a very, very good job.
Pakistan keeping the pressure on the New Zealand batsman at the moment. Crowe away for one more, bringing up the New Zealand 100 in the 30th over off 179 balls. Good steady progress by the Kiwis, but a finely balanced contest at the moment, Richard. Good shot from Rutherford. Unorthodox stop by Ramiz using footballing tactics here, getting a left boot on it. Hope that hasn't hurt him too much. It certainly saved the runs, if nothing else.
It never hurts if your captain happens to be the bowler. That he was wrong-footed there. He started off, I think, to throw himself at it. Found
Might be less keen to run than Martin Crowe. And a great diving effort at long off. It's 4 runs to Ken Rutherford, who's trying to break the shackles now imposed on him by the Pakistani bowlers. He's gone down the wicket this time, aimed over long off. The man is wide there. He's come in diving, Aqib Javed, but it's 1 bounce into the fence and 4 runs.
Martin Crowe, then Ken Rutherford.
A man who's been in fabulous touch through this tournament, whereas Rutherford tucked himself up and failed to make contact with the bat. Crowe has timed this ball sweetly and hit it directly square of the wicket. It's a short boundary down there, but it still counts as 4. That is not a very good ball at all. Sohail, inexperienced, part-time bowler, and bowls a big full toss. And exactly where Wasim Akram has moved from. Wasim had moved squarer towards square leg. Crowe this time picks his gap, hits it high and handsomely over the field. Good shot from Rutherford. That might just beat Akram. He's made it round. Akram, no, it should be 4. It's Aqib Javed. Aqib Javed on the 3rd man boundary. It looked very much as though he might have stepped over the rope there. He's pretending he hasn't noticed. The crowd certainly have noticed. There's a lot of noise down at 3rd man, suggesting that perhaps Javed should be changing his call there. You can see the foot clearly over. And there's absolutely no doubt about that whatsoever, that ball should be called 4. Steve Buckner, of course, is 90 metres away. He can't tell himself. He has to rely almost totally on the fielder's cooperation. And unless David Shepherd has seen it, yes, David Shepherd, the English umpire at square leg, he's seen enough, he knows what's happened. And Steve Buckner changes his call, and it's 4 runs to Ken Rutherford.
always believed that he didn't know the law, saved it inside the boundary. They always have ropes or white lines.
Rutherford over the top, straight down the ground. He's letting those shackles go now. It's 4 runs, and New Zealand are 3 for 140.
In the last 4 or 5 overs, New Zealand have certainly come back into the match very well. They've got a good platform to build on, and I'm sure Warren Lee's there, the coach, is delighted with the situation.
That's a fine shot. Good intelligent batting, look for the gaps, and that's where he's tried to hit it, away from the fieldsman.
Kenny Rutherford 20 balls to get off the mark, but since then he's really started to get into it and started to strike the ball quite nicely. Use his feet, get down the wicket, chip over the field.
No one really is great to see a guy who can get out there and lead from the front and drag his team up by the bootstraps. Now they're in with a very good chance of winning the semi-final as they move to 3 for 162.
Australia had played exceptionally well and annihilated New Zealand in the Test series and the one-day internationals prior to the World Cup. And so Crowe was going through a real dilemma.
That's in the stands. This is a tremendous partnership building up here.
Well, again, Rutherford using his feet, coming down the wicket, hitting very straight, right back over the bowler's head, over the side screens.
Into the stands. The shortest boundary at Eden Park.
Well, when a man's in form, you can't afford to drop it short. And Akram was just fractionally short of a length there, and Crowe was able to pull that just behind square into the number 1 stand for 6 more. As you say, it's the shorter boundary, so that's the one to play to if you're in that position.
That's a great shot, beautifully placed. That's the 100 partnership.
And that really was a classical off drive by Crowe, a ball pitched up. About off stump, perfectly executed.
And in fact, that brings up the 100 partnership. Third wicket falling at 87, and that partnership coming off 107 balls.
That's a pretty good rate too, Ian, isn't it? Particularly with a slow start for Rutherford. Crowe, of course, took him a long time to get the strike back when Rutherford came to the crease. New Zealand having a home tie semi-final against Pakistan.
He's bowled that slow ball a few times. He had one success with it, Akib Javed. On that occasion, Ken Rutherford brings up his 50. With the slow ball, it was a touch short.
51 drives there to the boundary, a few little flicks just behind square for singles. And this could well be out. Pulling that one, and the keeper Imran Khan takes the catch. So Kenny Rutherford's innings comes to an end. A very good innings indeed after a slow start. And really the partnership between Crowe and Rutherford is a substantial one. Could well be a match-winning one. And the breakthrough has come for Pakistan, but it may well be just a little bit too late. Still 6 wickets in hand left for New Zealand.
Just drifting a little bit in the breeze, but Imran Khan eventually grabs it. Rutherford is out and New Zealand are 4 for 194. Chris Harris is the man who's come out to join his skipper. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Batsman having crossed on that catch. Well, that's a gutsy performance. He's hobbled back for 2.
Yes, of course, he's only going to do himself more damage as well, isn't he? And this means that New Zealand just could lose the momentum a little bit if Crowe either has to leave the field or he has a runner. The understanding when running between the wickets, that's Mark Plummer, the New Zealand physio, very integral part of the New Zealand team and has been for the last 5 or 6 years. He's got players on the field to play.
Good placement. And 4. Well, the Pakistanis can go to pieces. We know that in the field. If things start to go wrong, they go wrong in a big way.
That is the short boundary, but you wouldn't have reckoned with 2 men having it covered that there's any way. Oh, dear me.
Oh, he's got him. That's out-stumped. Yes, on his way. No need for the umpire to even enter into the negotiations there. So Harris out-stumped by Imran Khan of the bowling of Sikandar. That was almost odds on. He made 13 of 12 balls, but he wasn't picking the spin. Had to go for it, and there it is, all over.
It was well stumped. Ball came along slowly to the keeper, but it was well bowled by Imran Sikandar. It's 5 for 214 after 46.
A run rate of 4.7 per over. Ian Smith is the new batsman. Imran the bowler. And that's got away square and over the top too. That may be 6. I think that went over the line and hit the board. There's a line down there. That's got to be 6. Yes, up she goes. Boy, have New Zealand taken advantage of that short boundary. Backs away from that one and gets into the gap as well. And there's a mix-up. There's a run out. Yes, Crowe's gone. When I say Crowe's gone, his mate's really gone for him. So great match, messing it all up for Crowe. They got themselves in a terrible tangle, and this can happen when there are 3 men out there all trying to negotiate whether or not to run. Crowe doing the right thing there, saying don't worry about it to Ian Smith, who's out there at the moment, and he'll get a tremendous ovation. In fact, all the Kiwis at the ground are out of their seats at the moment, cheering the New Zealand captain off the ground.
And that's good work from the wicketkeeper, because he wouldn't have seen the runner who was running behind him, and yet he sensed there was something going on, whipped the bails off, and Martin Crowe has gone 6 for 221.
Right off the meat of the bat. I tell you what, he hasn't scored many runs, but when he's been asked to go out there and turn it on, he's done just that. Have a look at this.
Unorthodox player. Favours the onside, although he will be inclined to step away and try and get the ball away through the off, but he's basically an across-the-line player and very, very dangerous.
It's in the air and into the gap. That's 4. Out of the seats go the Kiwis. Bad delivery. Too short and given the appropriate treatment. That's the end of Aqib Javed's over. He didn't enjoy that one too much. 6 for 242. Big appeal, got him. LBW. Yes, he's angled it back in, playing the ball from the crease there. Deepak Patel trying to whip that one away on the leg side. The question is, did he get outside the line? Not according to umpire Shepherd. So he's out, LBW, and I think that might have hit him on the toe as well.
Yes, that'll be quite painful. Deepak Patel is the man who's been used as the opening bowler for New Zealand in their matches. Handy runs there for him. He made 8 just towards the end of the innings. 7 for 244 in the 49.
And into the gap, and no third man. That'll be 4. Imran doesn't know what to do. His hands are in the air at the moment. I think he's going to bring the fine leg up and leave the third man down. He's following the ball. That is a sign of frustration. Imran. Smith gets a full toss. He smashed it away. It's 4, is it? Just short of the line down there at deep mid-wicket. Just for a second, I thought that was going for 6 as well. A full toss from Imran. Slow ball again. They'll get one. There was nothing he could do about that. Good one from Imran, that ball. So 7 for 262 off the 50 overs. They received 304 balls, and Smith ends up not out 18 off 10. What a little gem of an innings that was to finish off.